Good afternoon, DJ Shalløw. This is Patrick Milligat. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Well, thank you again for doing this meeting with us, and thank you for
All right.
choosing to be a member of this community partnership. So, I guess our first question for you over this online interview is going to be your origins. So, how exactly did you get into the DJ business, and how has the DJ scene kind of changed in the past few months?
Okay, so that's a good question. So basically, I started back in high school, probably like 10th grade, actually like DJing. I kind of had always been into electronic music. Beforehand, I listened to it a lot growing up. I was always really fascinated by the way you can make sounds using a computer, like a synthesizer, things like that. So used to listen to a lot of artists like the Chainsmokers, Marshmello, people like that, who would produce their own sounds and then play their sounds live and have a whole audience, like a whole crowd dancing to their music. And that's something that I always thought was really cool. So that's kind of what I strived for back then. So I bought my first DJ set, like I said, probably about 10th grade. Started to teach myself how to DJ from my bedroom. At first, it was just kind of like I was just kind of messing around, figuring things out. But eventually, I started to take it seriously. Put myself out there. Started getting hired for events around school, and then people would recommend me from there. I did some weddings, some other events like that. And then around 11th to 12th grade, I started working with producing. So I bought some software on my computer to start producing music as well. So then I'd play some of the stuff that I produced whenever I DJ. So it's kind of getting up there towards that, that big DJ producer realm. Not as as big as I'd like, but just kind of underground, and so it's been kind of fun so far.
Alrighty, cool. It's a very good answer. Thank you. Um, do you feel like there's been a defining moment that kind of encapsulates your contributions to the Atlanta cultural scene as a whole, maybe?
I'd say so. I'd say definitely, yeah. Like a big part of Atlanta culture is definitely the Atlanta nightlife. I think that nightlife in Atlanta is something that is just internationally famous. Atlanta's really big, really big city that never sleeps. They say New York's a city that never sleeps, but honestly, Atlanta just as much does not sleep. So I'd say probably when I started DJing, like I brought my gigs to Atlanta, and I started DJing at some places like Veranda, Pool Room, stuff like that. I think that being able to be a part of that nightlife is a whole other side. It's like people go out and they do their jobs during the day, but at night, it's like everybody kind of comes together and can kind of just hang out and listen to music. And, you know, being a DJ, I can kind of force the mood, I guess, per se. So I can,
Hmm.
bring people a certain kind of joy or happiness when I play different songs and whatnot. And I think that's something that definitely would be a defining moment for me.
Yeah, very good. Very articulate. I like that. So on your DJ job, have you ever met anybody interesting or any kind of high profile people at all, or anybody else that you feel is also kind of in your same field of work and has also contributed to Atlanta culture, maybe?
Yeah, so since moving here to Atlanta, just working with the gigs that I have done so far, I definitely would say that I've met some interesting people. I've definitely met people within the same realm of work as me that that DJ and stuff, and they've given me tips. And since they've been doing this for years, they've given me tips and given me some gigs that I could go do. And I met actually, it's really funny you asked this. I met this guy who just got out of prison like a couple weeks before he came and came to the club that I was at, and he was just getting back on his feet and was like an up and coming rapper in the Atlanta scene. And so I listened to some of the stuff he sent to me, and I really liked his project. And he's got a really good voice. So I started actually producing for him. So I produced some tracks for him that he's working
Wow.
on to be released soon. And I play some of his stuff live, and the crowd really likes it. So I think that it's really neat to see like some other underground artists and stuff like that that are also, on their way up, and they're trying to contribute as much
Hmm.
to the nightlife as they can as well.
Yeah, I like that. That's good. Is this your one job, or do you have like a side hustle, or any kind of like, do you balance this with a separate job at all, or is this your one
So
thing?
as of right now, yeah, this is my only job,
Mhm.
unless you consider school a job, which I suppose it is. Um, But honestly, it's quite easy to balance this in school since most of my gigs are on the weekends and like weekend nights when I wouldn't be doing school anyways.
Mhm.
But sometimes I do have gigs during the week, like Wednesdays, Thursdays, things like that. So I'm usually out performing until probably 3 to 3:30 in the morning before I get home. And then
Mhm.
at that point, I have class the next day. Like I got to get up at like 8:30 to get my 9 o'clock class. So
Mhm.
I definitely that's probably the hardest part is balancing how to get enough sleep when I'm doing these kinds of gigs because it's a lot
Yeah,
of
for sure.
it's nightlife. It's a lot of working at night. So I have to sleep during the day or skip a class here and there to try to figure out what's kind of more important for me. But that's really the only balance that I have with my job, I suppose.
Yeah, a lot of odd hours, I assume. Um, so question as to what you're wearing right now. So why do you wear the mask when you perform? Is it some kind of like artistic statement or what?
What do you feel
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is?
So this is the question that I feel like I get asked the most probably.
Yeah.
So I kind of got the mask a while ago just because I thought that it looked cool. I didn't really have a certain purpose for it yet. Um, but eventually I started incorporating it into my old sets whenever I'd do sets in high school and stuff. I know that you probably know who Marshmello or like Daft Punk is and people like that. The whole mantra of the mass DJ and stuff like that. Where I guess I took some inspiration from. But honestly, I feel like I did it more as a business thing. So like DJing is my whole business. So I feel like having some sort of like logo or something that people will remember my business by is something that will help me grow and help me push out to greater audiences. So I wear the mask, but that way people are thinking like, I need a DJ for an event. And like, oh, what's that guy who had that cool mask that we saw that one time?
Yeah, recognition.
And by then it's pretty easy to find me because I'm out there on social media. I've got a couple other contacts just throughout the club business and stuff. So it's instead
Nice.
of just being like, oh hey, who's that scrawny white kid? Because it could be any other DJ, but they see the mask, they remember me.
Yeah, brand recognition. I like it. So kind of the last question I'll ask you, it's more of a recent question, really. How exactly has the whole COVID-19 coronavirus thing affected your business?
Oh
Your
yeah,
work.
honestly, coronavirus has like killed my business. So
Mhm.
my entire job revolves around public gatherings and social functions, which are completely banned in Georgia right now.
Yeah.
I know that we're all under order to stay at home. So I have like no gigs that I can go to. I
Mhm.
mean, I could do like online from my bedroom, but let's be honest, nobody's gonna want to come watch a live DJ set over
Yeah, it's not
Instagram or
very.
something.
The same thing,
It's
really.
it's a lot more fun in person when you're with your friends. It's kind of like half my job is moving a crowd, which there cannot be at this moment. But I have been using this time since I'm home. I'm stuck at home to produce more and build my SoundCloud following since it's something that I can do from home regardless.
Mhm.
Um, I think it's just tough right now for a lot of businesses that revolve around social gatherings because it's our main source of income. So without it, I'm pretty much sitting here, going broke. I'm not making money really. So I'm hoping that this all ends soon and we can get back to partying and enjoying music together.
Yes, I agree. Alrighty, well, that's all the questions I have for you. So thank you
Awesome.
for doing this interview over the online. And
Of
Yeah,
course,
no,
I appreciate you guys
it's
reaching out
efficient.
to me.
yeah, of course. And we'll get this community partnership video done and pushed out to you as soon as possible. So thank you again. Have a great day, sir.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
Yeah, take care.